Hello, this is John Wolf, and I'd like to welcome you to the very first Wind of the Soul podcast. In this recording, I'd just like to touch a little bit on the type of content that you will consistently find here in the audio section of the site as well as the blog section. Everything that I speak and write about is meant to help you nurture your own inner knowledge. It's about providing you with ideas, techniques to help empower you and to help foster the willingness to go within yourself and explore your own awareness and where your true power stems from. Society teaches us that to be powerful, we have to be controlling externally. And the information that I relate is totally opposite of that. I believe that the way that we become fully empowered and powerful within ourselves is to go within, to really reach for our emotional strengths, find the quiet place within ourselves, rid ourselves of the rampant chatter and chaotic noise of life externally, and then we will be able to be more grounded, more self-actualized, and have a better understanding of who we are. Only at that point will we have achieved true empowerment. Once we realize that it's not about controlling people externally, it's not about controlling other things, it is about reaching for where we feel we have control, and that is within ourselves, about how we view our reality, how we view our life experience, how we view not only our past, but our future, and how we interact with others based upon all of the processing of that information. Now, the methods and modes that I go about for conveying this information sometimes will be at a physical level, other times it will be at a metaphysical level. This allows me to truly embrace the mind, body, and spirit connection. A common theme among my work on this site that you will consistently find is that I always suggest you only take the information that I speak about and write about which resonates with you. And anything else that I talk about, just feel free to leave the rest behind. That is what our personal expansion and growth is all about. We don't have to do something and take it within ourselves because it seems to be the norm and what's accepted out there. What matters is, again, becoming self-actualized. And the way we do that is we absorb information, feel for it, apply it in our lives, and just see how the practical application of that plays out. And based upon that, if it's resonating with us, we hang on to it, and we can continue to utilize that as a tool for growth and for expansion within ourselves. This is why I named the site Wind of the Soul, because I feel it's important to really go with and feel for and move with the wind of your soul. It has its own unique song. Every single one of us has that, and this is the path that we are each going upon and following. And the more we listen for that and resonate with that calling, with that breeze that's ushering through us, the more our life will begin to unfold in a manner that's more pleasing to us. And I honestly feel that there's not an organization, a religion, or an individual, including myself, that will be able to provide you with all the answers about your existence, your life experience, what you're doing here, and where you're en route to. You are the only one who has the ability and the potential to uncover all of those answers. I feel that the information I provide here is about helping you to be able to reactivate that understanding and that awareness. That is what this site is all about. It's not to tell people how to live. It's not to tell people how to be. It's to provide tools, ideas, and opportunities for you to be able to take this information and explore for yourself what your inner truths are and the keys that will allow you to be able to live the type of life that you want to live, with happiness, with joy, with well-being. As we begin to realize that those things are not something that is going to come externally, they can only come internally, and we are able to establish that within ourselves and find true happiness and true joy and allow that to flow to where it accentuates our natural well-being, then we will be able to become deliberate creators in our life experience, which is also a large portion of what this site is about. You are the one that determines your purpose. You are the one that determines what truly is a wealthy state of being. It doesn't have to be finances. It doesn't have to be relationships. It can be those things, but it doesn't have to be. It's up to you. And the information I provide here, I feel, will allow you to define that for yourself as you take this journey. Some may consider the type of information I'm discussing on this site to be personal development. I prefer to look at it as spiritual development, spiritual empowerment, and inspirational self-help, because it's absolutely about the self. As I said, it's not about something external. In my mind, a lot of times personal development can be associated with the connotation that we aren't worthy if we aren't pursuing A, B, C, D, and growing in those ways. And I don't go into that area in the information that I impart. I believe that every single choice that we make is extraordinary in its own way. It may not be as advantageous to us as other choices that we make, but to suggest that going in a certain direction is incorrect as opposed to going in another direction, you won't find that type of information here in this site. I believe that every experience is important. Every experience is unique. And even if someone is not actively seeking quote unquote personal development, there's nothing wrong with that. But for those that are actively interested in finding out information about who they are, what they're truly about, the nature of their existence, and where they're going, I believe the key for that is within inspirational information that allows them to be able to go within and explore that and process that and understand that every single thing that's happening in this environment actually is a spiritual experience, whether we look at it in a physical way or a metaphysical way. So I hope you join me for future Wind of the Soul podcast recordings, as well as blog updates that I typically am doing twice a week here at this site, and look forward to always being able to interact with my visitors. If you ever have any questions, any comments, any feedback, you're more than welcome. Don't ever hesitate to send me an email at windofthesoul@yahoo.com. If you ever want to speak in a one-on-one basis, then you're also more than welcome to give me a call. If I happen to miss you, then just leave me a voice message, and I try to return every single call I receive. My area code is 505-489-2788. And that does it for this very first Wind of the Soul podcast. I'd like to thank you for joining me. Until next time, have a great week and take care of yourself.